Whenever I speak to a group like this, there's always one question that's burning in everybody's mind, and that's how do I grow my business and how do I transform my business, especially in today's challenging times. The average trailing baby boomer, and that's the person that is defined between ages 50 and 59, they've only saved $130,100 on average. Mom and Dad went to Europe, they were in Moscow, they sailed through the Panama Canal, they went to Hawaii twice, and they drove all over this land visiting friends and family for several years. That's what we call the Great Retirement Crisis. And how do we transform our business with that? Well, first of all, I want to remind everyone that the word crisis comes from the Greek word krisis.
But the real important thing that you really need to think about doing is passing value.
One of my favorite passages in that book called Winning Strategies is on page 87 called Next Possession. It was a great life lesson that Coach Knight taught us about choice. And I was a student basketball manager at Indiana in the mid-1980s, had a great opportunity to see a lot of life lessons. The Nintendo Corporation was rolling out Super Mario in the early 1980s, but they had a lot of different problems. First of all, they had problems with money, they had problems with competition, and surprisingly had problems with technology. I would argue that our industry has the exact same problems. I don't care whether you're commission-based or whether you're advisory-based or use a hybrid model, we are seeing fee and revenue compression in our business. Time magazine released an article 2 years ago, and they stated that there's a person on the face of this earth right now, probably a toddler, that will live to over 142 years. So that Coach Knight could see how well we were shooting against a 2-3 zone, a 3-2 zone, or a box and one. He would see the numbers and the commentary about it. And that's exactly where we are with a financial plan, right? You're getting information from the client, you're spitting out a report of just numbers. But what Coach Knight did is he took the extra step and he asked why. The Lego Corporation sent a challenge out several years ago about how many different combinations that you can make from just 8 studded Lego bricks. I'll give you a hint, 6 times 8 is 48. It's not the right answer. How many people think that you can do more than 1 million? Towards the end of the game, we're down 8 points with about 8 minutes left to go. There's a television timeout. People are starting to come over to the bench, the players. You can feel for the first time that maybe there's a little bit of doubt that this might be the end of the road for us. 5 million. In fact, does anyone remember what Dick Vitale would always say when the games are coming down to the end of the game? He would say, "Warm up the bus, baby." Remember that famous line? 10 million. Well, I'm standing behind the bench, I'm handing out water bottles. Out of the corner of my eye, something catches my attention. I look over. Our bus driver is literally grabbing her purse and her personal belongings. She is getting ready to warm up the bus, baby. 100 million. What Coach Knight does in that particular timeout, however, at the end of that timeout, he looks everybody up and down the line and he said, "Get me within 2 possessions with 2 minutes to go and I'll win this game for you." There are actually 915 million different combinations that you can make with just 6 8-studded Lego bricks. So what I'm going to challenge you guys is you go back to your offices, you're already go-getters, all right? You're already doing a lot of things and turning a lot of things into action. But if you implement the law of value into your practice, and then you implement the laws of compensation, which means that you're helping more people and giving more value. And at the same time, you're talking to people about your influence and putting other people's interest first. Then you're also remaining authentic while at the same time improving yourself in your practice. And then you remain open to receiving. That you will have 915 million opportunities. And what I found interesting about that study that the mathematician found is that 81% of those 915 occurred when you stacked the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th brick. So it's not 1 law, it's not 2 laws, it's not 3 laws, it is all 5 laws. However, when you do that, that is something that your competition is not doing today, and it is a great way to create separation from your business. I wish you the best success. I encourage you to stop by our booth for some more information, but thank you for your time today.